Are you tired of trying diet after diet only to be left hungry with no lasting results? Do you have a carbohydrate dependency that controls your day-to-day diet choices? Well, we have the answer to all your problems. Introducing the Ketox diet system. It's the end-all solution to your fat loss needs and carbohydrate dependency.
Hi, my name is Joe, and I'm here to talk to you about the amazing Ketox diet system. Throughout this commercial, we're going to learn just exactly what the Ketox diet system is, how we go from metabolizing carbohydrates to fats, and as well as some acceptable foods throughout the diet. Later on, we're also going to hear from a real-life success story of the Ketox diet system. So let's go check it out. The Ketox diet system was designed to help your body transition from metabolizing mainly carbohydrates to almost exclusively fats. What that allows us to do is lose weight at a very high rapid rate, all while still being able to enjoy foods with lots of flavor full of fats. Those are all the best kinds of foods, and I know you like the bacon and I know you like the butter. So right now you're probably asking me, how is this true? It goes against all conventional diet routines and requirements. Well, to help you understand, we brought in our exercise scientist, Austin, who's going to explain kind of how your body takes these physiological changes and switches over from carbohydrates to, again, fats.
The science behind the Ketox program is actually pretty simple. Essentially, we're changing your body from using carbohydrates into using fats as its primary source of fuel. In doing so, we're going to cause you to burn more weight and turn you into a fat-losing machine. However, with the current American individual's diet being very high carbohydrates, specifically processed carbs, our body doesn't really like to burn that fat. I like to consider it the analogy of two tanks. One tank being carbohydrate storage, glycogen, the other tank being fat storage. Our body likes to hold on to the fat when the glycogen tank is full. In the Ketox program, we cut out this glycogen tank. In doing so, that causes our body to essentially take in fats and use fats.
Now that you know how we lose fat just by eating fat, let's take a look at the Ketox diet system protocol so that way you can understand just what you're getting into. There are 6 major points to the Ketox diet system. The first point is you want to make sure you participate in this diet for at least 6 weeks in order to see adequate results. The second point is you want to create a pre-diet fat reduction goal that you can refer back to throughout the diet so that way you can see your progress. Third point is you want to allow your body sufficient time to kick that carb habit, essentially depleting all your glycogen storage. The fourth point is you want to keep your daily carbohydrate intake to less than 50 grams a day. The fifth point is to test your urine using keto strips to ensure you're in a state of ketosis following the initial carb kick. Continue this practice once a day throughout the remainder of the diet as well. The sixth point is to weigh in once at the start of your diet and once every 2 weeks, again to ensure that you're progressing towards your goals. Now it's time to take a look at some of the good choices and bad choices in food when you're on the Ketox diet system. To my left, or to your right, I got some examples of some good vegetables, some good meats, as well as some good cooking agents as well. So let's start right over here. We want to make sure that we keep our fiber content very, very high throughout the diet. So we've got some spinach. We also have some good vegetables that you can eat that are low in carbohydrates with some tomatoes over here and some carrots. Moving over to our meat choices, we've got some salmon, some bacon, and some chicken, all of which have the same properties in terms of only being grass-fed. So that's a major, major key. If you're having any animal byproducts throughout this diet, you want to make sure it's completely grass-fed. Over here, we've got our good cooking agents. Again, these are just some examples, but we use primarily coconut oil for our Ketox diet system and all of our participants, as well as the Kerrygold butter. This is 100% grass-fed. Again, 100% grass-fed animal byproducts is what you want to use to make sure you're not getting any additional carbohydrates, okay? To my right, I've got examples of bad foods for this diet. And when I say bad foods, you just want to make sure that you keep them to a minimum. Again, 50 grams or less in terms of the carbohydrates. I want to give one example here just for the deep dish pizza. One slice here is going to take care of 3 times the amount that you are allowed per day in carbohydrates. So just keep that in mind when you're choosing what you're going to eat for the day, especially your snacks. Now, stay away from the chips if you can. Over here, we got some examples of good snack foods. Again, to stay away from the chips. We've got some fruit here, some roasted peanuts. What I don't have is some almonds. We used almonds throughout the diet. Again, you'll see that throughout the protocol when you purchase the product. But again, we want to stick away from the chips, try to end up right in this area here. We know that counting carbohydrates, proteins, and fats can be a little intimidating at first, which is why here at Ketox Diet System, we recommend using Chronometer. It's an awesome system to keep track of all your macronutrients from all your snacks throughout the day to your big meals. Furthermore, creating meals on a new diet can be a little intimidating as well. We've also put together a compilation of meals that past users have sent in, so let's go check some of them out. So now it's time to hear from a real life success story from a person who was just like you, a confused dieter who turned to a Ketox Diet System Pro. His name is Charles, and unfortunately he couldn't be with us because he's busy studying for Professor Mark's 152S exam coming up this Thursday. Hey Charles, thanks for joining us. I know you're busy right now. I just want to take a few moments to ask you some questions regarding your experience with our Ketox Diet System. So real quick, what were your goals before starting?
My goals for this diet and exercise was to lose body mass, particularly my fat mass. I wanted to decrease my body fat percentage.
Did you happen to reach those goals?
Yes and no. I didn't lose the whole 30 pounds that I had wanted to lose.
Okay.
However, I did manage to decrease my body fat percentage by 4.2%.
Did you supplement the diet with any exercise program?
Yes, I did high intensity interval training 3 days a week and resistance training on 1 day on the weekends every week while I was on the diet.
Did you find anything easy about the diet? Or perhaps anything hard about the diet?
Easy part about the diets for me was that my breakfast could still consist of doing scrambled eggs or omelets, and switching that up with meats and veggies and, kind of being creative. So that I was really excited about. Hard part about the diet, going out and trying to eat with friends.
Probably one of the hardest hurdles to jump over.
Sometimes they're like, hey, let's go get pizza. And you're just like, I'll go with you, but I can't have any. Or they'll be like, let's go on a Dutch Bros run, because I love Dutch Bros. And they know I want to go.
Last question, Charles. Do you have any final thoughts to share with our viewers?
I think this is a great diet. I would totally do it again. The diet helped increase my energy while I was on it. My mood was better for a while. Things were great while I was on the diet. And then I eventually got to the point where I was stressed out about trying to meal prepare and concerned about my lunches and dinners because I have such a busy schedule that I eventually found that trying to stay on the diet was being more stressful than not being on the diet. So that is why I ended the diet, but I plan on picking it back up in the summer, which I'm super excited about because I want to lose some more weight.
All right, well, thanks, Charles. We appreciate you taking the time to answer our questions. Good luck in the summer, and hopefully we'll get another success story from you then, all right? So before Charles left, he was kind enough to give us some of his data, his pre-measurements and his post-measurements after his 6-week journey. So let's go ahead and talk to Austin and figure out what those measurements were and how it all sums up in data.
At the start of the program, before he began, he weighed 161.3 kilograms. At the end of the program, he weighed 156.4 kilograms. Pretty amazing stuff. That doesn't exactly tell us, though, what he lost. As you can see by these data points here, his total body fat percentage decreased from 42% at the start of the program to 37.8% at the end of the program. That's a total of 4.2% loss. His total fat mass was at 65.9 kilograms at the start of the program and 57.36 kilograms at the end of the program. That's a 12.9% difference over 6 weeks. The Ketox program additionally demonstrated high marks in increasing the resting metabolic rate of our subject, Charles. At the start of the program, he was at 2,430 kcals. At the end, he was at 2,773 kcals. That's an additional 343 kcals he's burning without having to do anything.
So there you have it. The Ketox diet system is everything you need if you're serious about reducing your fat mass. But if you're still not convinced, why don't you go ahead and take a look at some of the testimonials of previous diet enthusiasts who were just like you and tried the Ketox diet system and loved every bit of it.
Yeah, this diet didn't work for me at all. True carb lover over here.
Okay, alright, let's... No.
This diet sucked. I couldn't have alcohol.
Cut.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't believe how much weight I lost. What was I supposed to say? I couldn't believe it. Is that it?
Yeah, there you go, that'll work.
At first, summer was coming up, excited, trying to work out, lose this weight, get a beach bod, but honestly, complete bull. Don't wait. Call now to receive your copy of the amazing Ketox diet system for just 3 easy payments of $3.99. It's time to Ketox your lifestyle and get on track to losing fat.